Hello, Air Nation, Airbender here, and we're starting the next series. Yay, yay! Okay, start. That's my enthusiastic yay! But yeah, like I said at the end of Kaze, the next series that we're going to be doing is Super Mario 3D World. And the Switch version, having Bowser's Fury, we're also going to do that one. So, this will be a dual playthrough. I'm going to attempt to do a 100% playthrough of this game. And I'm planning on doing a 100% playthrough. That being said, if it's getting toward the end and like it is dragging on in the special worlds, there might be an audible, but I'm planning on doing 100%. For collectibles, not for flagpoles and all that extra stuff, because that would be a long time. So, I'm going to lay the ground rules first before we get started. And they are that this is going to be similar to Kaze, in that I'm going to play through the levels to the best of my abilities and find everything that I can. And if I do end up missing something, I will go back and attempt to find it after the fact and add it into the end of the level or the end of the episode. I'm going to attempt to do one world per episode, but if they run long, we'll cut after like 30-ish minutes. So very similar to Kaze in that respect. I think that's all. I don't think there's not going to be half episodes like Kaze because there's no reason to. There's no extra levels in these worlds. So you'll just see me stitching in at the end just the missing starts that I missed. So let's get started. Of course, we're going to go Peach, because any other answer is the wrong answer, in my opinion. I'm kidding. Obviously, if you want to play the game how you want to play it, that is your prerogative, and I will never stop anyone from doing that. So. And we will never speak of the fact that everything from the Sprixie Kingdom came into the Mushroom Kingdom. Spoiler alert, this is where we're heading. We're heading to a place called the Sprixie Kingdom, which is never explicitly said in the game, I think. She said with no confidence whatsoever. But I'm fairly certain that they never explicitly mentioned what the name of the place is. Also, Mario looking up Peach's skirt, which Nintendo naughty. I just knocked the mic. Oh, what the fuck? All right, so. Okay, this is... Oh my god, they changed Wikipedia for the first time in like 50 years. Oh, this is weird. What? Okay, so I forgot to do this on Kaze. So at this point, I'd like to point out that this is Super Mario 3D World. It was released originally on the Wii U, that wonderful console. On November 21st in Japan, November 22nd in North America, November 29th in Europe, and November 30th in Australia, all in the year 2013. So almost simultaneous release in 2013. This version had a worldwide release on the Nintendo Switch on February 12th, 2021. It is a sequel in heaviest air quotes possible to the game on the 3DS, Super Mario 3D Land, which was an attempt to bring the 2D Mario experience to a 3D like environment, and they did successful. They did it mostly successful. I am very gassy as I record this, so I am constantly having to turn my microphone on, so I'm not constantly burping into the microphone. Which, I mean, if you guys want to hear me burping into the microphone, first of all, what the fuck is wrong with you? Second of all, I'll do it. I don't care. So yeah, 3D World. So a few differences. So 3D Land was only Mario and Luigi as the playable characters in that. And they were, as you expect, Mario being the overall just, you know, average play. Whereas Luigi is his normal floaty butter shoes self. I feel like there isn't a star up here. Oh, okay. Thought there was. So yeah, it played pretty much just like a Mario game. So you control Mario for most of the game, and then you could play as Luigi for I think a second player. I'm pretty sure it can spin. Yeah, okay. As a second player. I'll have to go and research that a little bit more in between episodes. So upon research after the fact, I found that Luigi is unlockable after Special 1 Castle. Once he is unlocked, you can play him in every world. There's a little button at the bottom of the screen, but he is not available for multiplayer use. Thank you. But 3D World departed from that slightly with, as you can see, I'm playing as Peach. So they brought back the Mario 2 approach to character select. So you have the same four you would in that game. You have Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad. And all four play very similarly to how you would expect them to play in something like a Super Mario Bros. 2. Mario is overall the average build. He is just a classic, like, you know, no special abilities. He just jumps and runs, and that's all he does. So, Luigi is same as well. He is Buttershoes McGee. He will slip and slide around the maps. And yeah, he also has a higher jump. So that's another thing that they give Luigi as his defining characteristic. Okay, so stamps are in this game still. I forget what they accomplish, though. It's the only thing I don't know. Because the stamps, honestly, were for Miiverse in the Wii U version. So I don't know what they're accomplishing in this version. Yes, give me that Mega Mush. That was actually the best place I could have done that. Alright, so I want the Mega Mush because the Mega Mush allows me to do this. I almost fell. Unfortunately, I lost my cat ability, but, you know, whatever. Alright, so Buttershoes for Luigi, and then you have Toad, who is the strongest of the four main characters. But he's also the slowest and has the shittiest jump of the four. So, there are situations where you'd want to be Toad, but for the most part, for me, he's always the least used. unless I am attempting to do every flagpole with every character in this game, which is a requirement for one of the stars, which I will get into later. I have a clear score, which mostly is for multiplayer. This game does have a multiplayer, and I would love to get Lily involved in that if she was willing. I attempted to last weekend, and she was like, nah. So, for those who don't know, Lily is my daughter. I have a daughter. She is 12, and she is fairly competent at these games. So, Peach! And then, so that's the 3. And then lastly, there's Peach, who just got smacked by a Koopa Trooper. Peach. Oh, Jesus. Am I really going to die? Never. Fuck this. I love her. Oh, fuck! And I lost it. This is just going wonderfully. Wow, that Koopa Trooper really was fucking with me. Okay, not just that Koopa Trooper, but every Koopa Trooper apparently in this game is fucking with me. So with Peach is also not the strong. Well, Peach is not the strongest character. So Toad being the strongest, Peach is not the strongest. She's probably the weakest. So like in Super Mario Bros. 2, that was an attribute that mattered because you were constantly picking things up in that game and putting them down. I had to make that reference. But in this game, it's not as much of a factor. Her major thing is her jump is very floaty, in the fact that you can also float for like a short period of time, which can help with like certain jumps. So, all right, so let's get into some of the mechanics. So the one of the things about these levels is these little purple houses. So they're little like 10-second challenges that you have to do. Most of the time you'll get a star, or you'll get a stamp, or you'll just get like a 1-up. Just depends on what it is. Fuck. Give me a mushroom. Thank you. So standard fare for more modern Mario games. Each level has 3 green stars in them. In this game, they actually matter for completion. You actually have to collect a certain amount of them to accomplish, to open up levels, actually. So it isn't just like a side thing that you have to do. It actually does matter. Stamps, however, are completely optional. And like I said, the stamps in the original version of this game were used for what's called Miiverse, which was the WIIU's one of the WIIU's bread and butter features. And that you could post these little snippets on the Miiverse plaza on the main screen. And a lot of the games that were released for the Wii U did some sort of like stamp collecting, so you could put extra things on the main menu. And that's what this game's feature was. It also occurred in Twilight Princess. A lot of the chests that had like rupees in it were changed to stamps, and unfortunately the Wii U Miiverse shut down in late 2010s, I think. So any game that has stamps on that system is kind of pointless at this point. That was great. Size does not matter. But yeah, the basic premise of this game is to go from level to level. And ending with a boss fight. Sometimes against Bowser, sometimes against Boom Boom, sometimes against other things, but the goal of the game is to rescue the Sprixies, which is where we're currently at. We're in a place called the Sprixie Kingdom, and those little fairies that little fairy we saw at the beginning of the game is called a Sprixie. And she basically said that Bowser kidnapped all of her friends, so we are on our way to attempt to. Thought I heard something. We're on our way to try to help. So, another one. See, this is what a good one looks like. Just like every Mario game, there are power-ups. The biggest one in this game being the cat suit. So that is what we are currently wearing. When you get a bell, you turn into a cat version of yourself. So, as you can see, there's our little Sprixie girl. We cannot get up there yet because you actually have to clear the path all the way to the boss. But there's one exception, and that is Mr. Captain Toad right here. So, I love that. Time for adventure. So Captain Toad, for those who didn't remember, Captain Toad, fearless hunter of green stars, ready for adventure. Guide him safely through the course in search of 5 stars. Make sure to get all 5 to take home. Move the camera with the R stick or left. Okay, so blah blah blah. So yeah, there we go. So these levels are based on Captain Toad, who Captain Toad was in Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2. And basically he's a toad that goes on an adventure. He has a backpack. He can't jump, as you can see. He can't jump. He can run. But the goal of his levels in this game are to collect green stars, as the thing said. So I have 3 currently, so here's 4. Obviously the levels are going to start out easy, but they will get harder as the game goes on. And the goal of the level is to get all 5 stars in the level. This would eventually translate into its own game, which is a pretty good game. It's a cool puzzle platformer that is a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. And I may play it one day. Who knows? Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Alright, let's go to World 1-3. Now, you'll notice with me when I play Mario games, which I did, I think, when I played Mario... God, what did I play on stream? I played New Super Mario Bros. Wii Deluxe. Turbo Championship Edition. I love making fun of naming conventions like that when they re-release games like that, so I'm constantly doing that. But in that game I played levels in order, and that is what I tend to do when I play Mario games. Woo, what up? Go ahead, thank you. So if I have the option of 2 levels, I will always play the lower numbered first. So that's just how I play. This one's fun because it doesn't require the cat suit, but it definitely implies that you probably should have it. Alright, so the cat. The cat is pretty cool. So the cat can run like a cat. It can also climb walls for a limited amount of time. And we'll slide down. And the cat also, with the attack button, can do a little paw swipe, which pretty much knocks out most enemies. That's too funny. The paw prints go away when you create new ones. That's crazy. The other thing it can do is it can do this little dive move. Dive move also pretty bomb in its own right. Oh shit. Mario and company also play very similarly to how they did in most games. So there's things like the double jump. There's oh shit. Oh. That was impressive. That was very impressive, actually. Well, dying actually is pretty good for this instance, and that is that when you die, you suck at the level, apparently. When you die, you keep progress for what you've collected. So as you can see, I have the 2 stars. God damn it. And the stamp, but if you were going for that elusive score per level, as you can see, my score reset. I honestly forget what I was saying. No, really, that death really threw me off. Well, since I got thrown off, and let me go back. Oh, so I was talking about moves. That's right. It's coming back to me. See, it happens. So yeah, the crew have their moves. So they have a double jump, a triple jump, all that fun stuff. Most of that's in like the normal mode. So Cat, Mario, and all your friends won't have those per se. Like, I've been trying to do the double jump and the triple jump, but they're kind of difficult. There is a long jump. I don't use that very much in this game, honestly. I tend to be in cat suit most of the time, so most of the time I don't really fuck with things like the trouble jumps. Did I just combine the word double and triple? Yes, I did. I sure fucking did. I don't mess with the double and the triple jump, so. Or the long jump. I totally forgot the long jump was in this game. Shows how much I rarely use it. As you can see, Peach also still does have the flutter when she is in cat suit. Hello, die, thank you. The cat is essential for flagpoles because you can climb the flagpole at the end. So, let me pull up. Ooh. While this is loading. Because I had mentioned earlier about the completion stars for this game. So, there are 5 completion criteria for this game. Hey guys, so as I was editing this part, I came to the conclusion that I don't want to make it a precedent to release 40-minute videos at a time, because you will probably see this after the Kaze finale, which was nearly an hour. So I made the executive decision to cut the episode right here. I will post the remainder of the footage in episode 2, and then I will probably cut episode 3 and 4 the same way, and then moving forward I'm going to try and keep videos between 20 and 25 minutes naturally, even if that means I'm splitting up worlds, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I understand nonetheless. So everyone have a wonderful night, and I will see you in episode 2. Bye bye.